We're off to Nottingham to the Zero Latency VR Arcade. You know more about it than I do.
I don't know a great deal. From what I know, they're looking at setting up like a VR esports setup, and they need willing participants to test it, and so that's what we're going to do.
So we're meeting up with Buck, who's arranged it all.
Yeah, he's coming up from Bedford. He's making quite a pilgrimage for this trip.
One thing new was the Apple Vision Pro.
Oh yeah, the face-mounted laptop.
Are you getting one?
Damn. No desire at all. It's not a VR headset. It's at best like a augmented reality computer. It's not VR to me. So I mean, I'd love to try one, but if I'm spending £3,500 on something, I would rather drive it.
Drive it, yeah.
Yeah, it's too much.
Too expensive. And I've been seeing all the problems now with the headset itself. People who've been testing it, trying it.
Well, Apple have got a good 6 months, a year. When did they say it was out? They've got a bit to fettle it and get it out into the wild, because they'll have obviously been testing it under their own personal conditions and be doing their own sort of testing. But once you actually get it into the real world, that's when it's going to find its feet and fall apart.
I think I'm more looking forward to the Quest 3.
Yeah, totally. I very much so. Well, yeah, you've got the Pro.
Yeah, which I've got with me as well.
Lovely.
Brought it today.
Looking forward to that then.
Have you not tried it yet?
No.
Could I show you like Demio in
This is the thing, yeah. So
pass-through mode?
Pico has got fantastic pass-through on the Pico 4, but nothing seems to utilise it. I don't know whether the SDK's not there or what the issue is, but nobody seems to use the pass-through on the Pico. I've reached out to the Demio and like, are we going to get the pass-through on Pico? And I'm like, nope. So I don't know. They don't seem to have anybody using the pass-through. So I've not had a good pass-through VR experience. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I love. I would love to do likes of Vermilion or Cubism, Demio, play all these things in AR. And the Quest 3 is going to be the first sort of opportunity I get the chance to own that kind of experience.
Yeah, I tried puzzling places in a cafe. That was really cool because it got me coffee on the table and see all the jigsaw pieces.
Was that the same cafe you were playing Demio in?
Yes, it was.
Yes, I saw that and I was incredibly jealous. We're not beating Buck until 6, so we've got like an hour, and it's about a 30-minute journey, so we've got plenty of time.
So, are we playing like a new game today or something, or?
I think it's the game that they've always had. I think it's Soul Raiders, I think it's called, something like that.
What did we play last time we went? The first time we ever met, we played was it the like Zombies in Space or something? We was on the space station, weren't we?
Yeah, that was where the very first time we ever got together. That was a great time, and that was before they were even open. I've not been back to Zero Latency since.
No, it was opening day when we went. I'm the same. I've not been since.
It's going to be good to see what they've done with it, because when we first, like the entrance hall was still a building site when we went there the first time. I've wandered around Zero Latency in Box Park in London. I've been to that one. We didn't actually get a game because they were booked up for the rest of the day. It's one of those things that it's kind of far for me to do VR when I could literally open up a VR headset in my house.
We've got like a VR arcade in our home anyway, so
yeah,
it doesn't make sense to go to these events. Not
to say that there are VR experiences. So I went to do I can't remember what the heck it's called. And basically they've got scaffolding, Vives dangling down, and we did Ghostbusters.
All right.
In Sheffield, and that was a good sort of 5-10 minute experience. 15 quid for 3 of us, I think. That was all right, and that's the kind of thing you can't do at home because I guess the people who make it don't license it for home use, which is a shame because it could very easily be used for home use.
I've only ever done Zero Latency. I've not tried any others. I would have loved to have done the Star Wars one, I'd love to try you did the War of the Worlds one as well.
The War of the Worlds one is astounding. I'm looking at going back and doing that a second time just because I want to do it a second time. So
let me know next time you go. I wouldn't mind trying that one.
If you go midweek, it's about £60 a ticket, and it's not all VR. It's a lot of sort of live action and other stuff. But there's sort of 2 or 3 VR sections that are in it are just absolutely wonderful. I suppose it helps. I'm a fan of the source material.
Yeah. The
Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds, the Forever Autumn, one of my favourite tracks. I absolutely love that, and that's one of the things that's in VR.
I'm the same. I used to have the album, the vinyl.
Yes.
Jeff Lynne's War of the Worlds.
I've got various versions of it. Don't think I sprung for the vinyl. I've got a very special edition CD book thing that's as big as a vinyl.
Wow.
So I don't know whether I did get a vinyl one as well, or if it's just the CD one I'm remembering. But yeah, totally dig War of the Worlds. Seen the stage show with the hologram of Liam Neeson, and it's a big part of my childhood, which is strange because I never actually heard the radio play. It was just a friend of mine that kind of got me into it.
I got into it at school. I think it was introduced to me in my music class, and I went out. My mother brought me the actual album for Christmas. She listened to it the night before Christmas to make sure it was all right for me because I was only a young boy. It scared her to death.
Yeah.
Because it's so realistic. Highly recommend you get the War of the Worlds album. Listen to it, it's amazing.
I mean, it's probably on Spotify and everything now as well.
Well, our local HMV, I've been looking at the record players because I'm tempted to get a record player, and they've got a big vinyl in there. And as soon as I saw it, all the memories from school came flooding back.
I'm totally down to do that again. The Void sadly went under, but then got bought again. But I've not seen or heard anything about the Void. So yeah, the Star Wars one.
Who brought them? Do you remember what company brought them?
I don't remember. No, I don't think it was anybody massively. Or was it somebody? I mean, you would imagine that the Void would get bought by somebody
big,
vaguely interested in VR.
Eric Hawley was talking about the company who brought it was supposed to be redoing the arcade experiences again.
Right, that'd be good. I know, because I keep seeing the backpacks crop up on like American eBay and stuff.
Yeah, I think Eric brought one. He brought a load.
Yeah, by the time I got it shipped over to me, it was going to be ridiculously expensive. And because it's got a fair amount of proprietary hardware in it, it just wouldn't work.
And you don't have a shed big enough.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. Maybe if I was to knock my house down, I would be able to play it. But it was a great time, and all of the sort of the environment. Because in the Vader Immortal, you're on the lava planet and stuff. Yeah. It's the same place. You're on that planet, and you're getting onto like moving conveyor belts, and it's all just incredibly immersive.
Well, I'm looking forward to Zero Latency today because I've got new eyes. This is my first time in a VR headset that I'm going to, with no glasses on. I mean, the last time we tried this experience, you know, the diopters you had to dial in.
Yeah, they
would not work. I could not dial it in, so I could not get the lens focused. Now, because I've got 2020, I'll be able to see how good didn't they use, was it Vive?
It was the OS VR. It was the Razer.
So it wasn't Vive headsets they were using?
No. It's made. I'm sure it was Razer. Like the people who make headphones, and keyboards and shit. They made a open source virtual reality headset called the OS VR. I'm sure it was them, and yeah, that's what they were using. Because I was really surprised to see them in the wild, but it made sense. Like it's a VR headset that's got open source software, so you could do whatever you wanted with it.
Do you think they've updated them since? Do you think they've got
Absolutely, yeah. It wouldn't shock me if we saw a G2.
G2, yeah.
It wouldn't shock me if it was something like that, because basically all you need is headset tracking, which is probably done by some external source, and that's it really. The controllers themselves are probably going to be proprietary and tracked in a different manner. So yeah, it wouldn't shock me if it was something like a G2.
It's so long ago since we went here. I had the Oculus GO.
Yes, I remember.
Showing it around, weren't we?
Yeah, showing that guy. What's the scary game that took all the DLC?
It's the Face Your Fears.
Face Your Fears.
The Oculus GO version where he was on the plane.
Yeah.
The plane was. It was the what's that sci-fi show?
The Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone, weren't it? It's the one on the plane with the alien where it's ripping the engine off the wing, and that's a VR experience. And we put that black guy in. I forgot his name now.
And he was losing his
like
mind.
Holding on to the side of the.
Yeah, it was exactly the kind of reaction you want. I'm sure.
He looked like he was about to fall on the floor because they were holding on for dear life onto the cabinets. And we kept saying to him, "Are you okay, mate? Do you want to come off?" He says, "No, I can do this. I can do this."
Yeah, it was fantastic, that guy.
So, what have you been playing VR wise?
Well, many different things. We should probably maybe address the fact that we've been in a video game together.
We have Pixel Ripped 1978.
Yeah.
I always get the numbers mixed up. You can't see this on the podcast, but I was pointing at Dr Oculus when I said Pixel Ripped, and I was expecting him to say the year, and he stumbled and fumbled like I did.
Yes. So yeah, no, 1978. It's whereabouts do you turn up? Because I swear I didn't hear you.
I'm on the phone.
Yeah. So we're both like, it's just random phone calls that you get, apart from Mike.
Yeah, what did Mike do? I've not seen Mike yet.
Mike shows up towards the end of the game and he's like a newscaster sat there on a TV.
Is he?
In a suit, yeah.
Not an avatar?
No, it is a video of Mike delivering.
I need to finish that game.
Yes, you do.
Can I have a time machine, please? Can I freeze time every day so I can play games?
Enough time to get through Pixel Ripped. Yeah, it's something that I had to do. Like I was just like, I have to get through Pixel Ripped.
So you're on the phone as well?
Yeah, I show up at level 3.
Right, I don't know what level I'm on, but I know Anna sent me the video because I can never find myself. So Anna sent me the actual video of me on the phone, which is quite wild.
Yeah, I mean, I probably did. So one of the problems is the fact that I'm playing it live on stream, and I'm just like, hey, it's Tyrael or somebody like that, like somebody I recognise or somebody that I've spent time with, and I'm sure I went, hey, it's PD.
Did you?
I cannot remember whereabouts it was.
And that's the second time we've been in this game. I don't know about you, but I was in the one before.
I wasn't in 1995.
I was on the collector's cards.
Yeah, I wasn't on a card in 1995. If I was, they never told me.
You didn't meet Anna before.
I didn't.
We met Anna in London, didn't we? After Pixel Rip 1995.
Yes.
You can remember we took her home when she was drunk?
Yeah, she told us.
We knew all about Pixel Rip 1978.
Yes.
Over 2 years ago.
She told us everything.
Sorry, Anna, but you were totally drunk. You were wasted. We took you back to your hotel. You spilled the beans, but we kept it quiet.
Yeah, I didn't tell us all.
Any developers out there, we can keep to embargoes and we can keep secrets. Are you listening, Jimmy?
Yes. Give me all of your things. I think I know where I am now.
So we're just entering Nottingham now. So we've got about another 10-15 minutes journey to the zero latency.
Last time I parked in like an underground multi-story car park.
You were miles away, weren't you?
Yeah, I went walking all the way through the thing, and then I was like, wait, I could have just parked there. I know that car park.
Yes.
The car park I would always use when I came to Nottingham.
The car park's 2 minutes away from the event.
Yeah.
And you parked like half a mile away.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a good time. I just knew it was at Vic Centre. That was all I knew.
So Pixel Rip, you finished it?
Yes.
You have. Did you do that on live stream?
Yes.
Nice.
All I've got left to do now is I got to find about 8 golden cartridges, and I've platinumed it.
Have you played anything else? Have you played Hubris yet?
No, I haven't. It's one of those games that I've always wanted to play because they reached out and gave me the access to the alpha, and I was like, okay, yeah, brilliant, that's fine. And loved the alpha, absolutely loved the alpha. And then between us, we've never managed to link up again for me to get the game, and so I figured I would just buy it in a sale. Then the PSVR 2 came out, and I was like, all right, fair enough, I'll buy it on the PSVR 2.
Yeah.
And then I was just waiting for payday, basically, which has just happened. It's coming, I will do it.
I think the PlayStation VR 2 is the pinnacle version of the game at the moment.
I've heard, this is what I've heard, yes. So I spoke to Paul, the VR Realm, about it, and he was like, yeah, the PSVR 2 is the best version of this game, which makes sense, because I heard it came out on the PC and people had issues running it.
It was very demanding on PC. I think I played on my old 2070. I did a comparison video, and actually, when I played on my 3080, it's smooth as butter now.
Yeah.
From what I know, the developers said that all the things they've added into the Quest 2 version, the music, and on the PSVR 2 is coming to PC.
Oh, that's good.
They're updating them more, basically.
I want to play the PSVR 2 version, but I want to see the Quest version, because the thought of that game on a Quest is just mind-boggling.
It's impressive. It really is impressive. It's a bit like, you know, like the first time you try Red Matter on the Quest 2.
Once again, heard PSVR 2 was the best version, so just went for that.
So you've not seen Red Matter 2 on Quest 2?
No.
Or Hubris?
I always heard that the Quest 2 version was good, the Pico was better,
yeah.
PlayStation is the best.
Yeah.
So I just got the PlayStation version.
And again, it's all to do with haptics. I mean, the haptic triggers on the controllers and the headset. To be fair, I only noticed the haptics in the headset when I jumped into the water for the first time. After that, I didn't really feel the haptics, so I don't know if it's very minimal on PSVR 2.
Okay. Well, yeah, I suppose. It's one of those things that I think either devs don't think about implementing because they've got it on multiple different platforms and it's additional code that they don't need, or whether they just don't quite know what to use it for. Like maybe it's invasive at times. I don't know. But there are certain areas where I thought, oh, I would expect to have felt facial haptics there, and I didn't.
See, it's my favourite type of genre in VR. I always liked Farpoint on PlayStation VR 1. So for me, this is my Farpoint on the PlayStation VR 2. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's that type. If it's the first game, they've done an amazing job. But not only are they making, I think they're doing like a 6-part series of the game. So it's going to be a 6-parter.
Okay.
And it's about 8 hours long, so as I know. They're also working on a Netflix series. So they know what they're doing.
Okay.
Based in the same lore.
Yeah. That could go one of two wonderful ways.
Yes. Hit or miss, should we say.
Yeah. Either because a lot of times video game based TV shows
flop.
Yeah, they don't stand up to the game, or they end up ruining the game to make it work with the TV show.
You want to watch The Expanse, mate? Fantastic sci-fi show.
Where's that one live?
It's either on Netflix or Amazon
okay.
Prime. I'll send you a DM when I get home to let you know.
Yeah, remind me that it exists.
It takes a few episodes to get going. It's a bit of a slow build up, but once it hooks you, you're hooked. For 7 seasons.
It's definitely one of those shows that I've heard various times.
Have you played any other VR games?
So I got Grimlord the other day. Grimlord, I can't remember what it's called.
I've not tried that yet, so I'm curious to hear what you say about it.
I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't play as much of it as I would have liked to. I started a live stream and I was going to continue Pixel Ripped, and then remembered that when I was playing my PSVR, I took my PSVR to a friend's house the day before, and then remembered that I didn't charge the controllers because I've still not bothered buying a docking station. So yeah, the controllers were flat, so I couldn't play Pixel Ripped.
Right.
So then I pivoted, and I was looking at the stream, and someone was just like, just buy one of the newly higher rated games and see what you think. I was like, do you know what? Yeah, I kind of like this concept. I'm gonna do it.
And it's on Steam, Grimlord on Steam.
And it was on Steam, yeah. It was either that or a game that I already owned. So I was like, yeah, I'm not buying that. So I'll buy this. It was about 20 quid. And yeah, I started playing it, and then it slowly became apparent that it was a bit of people are saying Elden Ring, like Dark Souls kind of game
Yeah.
play, because it's got, you walk around, you do a little bit, and then somebody's there to try and murder you, and they very, very clearly want you dead, and you have to learn attack patterns and not die.
Yeah.
If you do die, essence is dropped on the floor, and you have to get back to it before you die again, or you lose it. So in that sense, it's very, very similar. And then I started messing around in the shop, and then I ran out of time. So I want to play more of it. The other thing was that I was playing it in the Cosmos Elite,
Yeah.
with the wireless adapter, and it kind of looked a bit like Minecraft. So I was like, I want to get it in the Pico or something instead, so I can see it in all of its glory, because the screenshots I was taking look brilliant.
Would you recommend it then?
It's too early to tell.
What other VR game would you compare it similar to?
It's a sword fighter game.
Sword and Sorcery?
Pretty much. Sword and Sorcery is just a sandbox though, right?
Yeah, but they've really updated it. It's really, loads of mods working on it now.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. It's like Boneworks. I don't want to buy a game that I have to mod the crap out of to actually make it a viable option to play it. I would rather just buy a game that's got a storyline that I can play and then complete and put on the shelf of stuff I've completed. So, yeah, I'm not bothered about Blade and Sorcery. Swordsman VR, that's similar-ish.
Again, another game I've not played yet.
I think Swordsman VR is more like a wave-based stabber, not
Right.
a shooter, a stabber. That is a full-on sword fighting simulator, that one.
Okay, so we've arrived at the event basically, so we're going to end this part of the podcast here, and we'll probably continue after the event.
So PD,
Yes, Dr Oculus. Doc.
I've just tried the Quest Pro.
Yep.
It's quite nice. I couldn't justify buying one, but it's very nice.
What did you not like about it?
That it's a Quest 2.
With better lenses?
Yeah, ultimately it's not worth £1,000 if you already own a Quest 2. It's not worth £1,000 if you don't own a Quest. It's a lovely bit of kit, but the fact that I can buy a Quest 2 for a fraction of the price just kind of makes sense that the average consumer wouldn't touch a Quest Pro. I get it, it's totally fine. It has its market, it's not me.
What about Quest 3?
Quest 3 I'm buying straight. I've already registered my interest.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'll go for the big one this time.
What do you mean the big one?
So it was 64 or 256 for the Quest 2, and I was like, I'm a content creator, 256.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'll go for the big one this time.
Didn't they do a 512 as well?
They upgraded the 64s to a 128 later on in life. They just changed, so you couldn't buy a 64 gig anymore. I imagine they're going to start out with like a 128, or maybe the base level will be a 256. I don't know, but I'm not going for the more expensive one this time.
I went for the medium one last time.
But the thing is, that's because in my head, aside from the fact that I'm a lazy sod and just never uninstall games, in my head I was like, I'm going to be recording video to this thing, I need plenty of space.
Yeah.
I now just cast to the PC, so I wanted to get you to try the Vive Flow, but
Battery was dead.
yeah, my phone didn't output enough power to power it. When I was doing it at home, I was using battery banks, and I should have bought one, and I didn't because I was trying to travel light. Well, the whole point of the Flow is you can travel light, and yeah, so sorry about that one, pal, but you're going to take that home and give it a quick bash. I may have to nip down and grab it off you before the end of the month.
Do I just need to download the app and get it to work that way?
Basically, yes.
Yeah. And what did you say your favourite watching things on the Vive Flow was?
The best possible use case I could find is that there's this content creator guy who's always doing these 3D videos.
Oh yeah. Does 3D work on there then?
Yes. You can use the 3D on the Vive Flow. So that was the best use case I could find for it. So yeah, if ever you want to watch a PD video, the Vive Flow is a pretty decent way to do it.
Nice.
Of course, if you get an Oculus GO for about £25, it's essentially the same thing.
Does it have a controller then, that one?
You can buy one.
We have
I
to use
think
your
they're
hand.
about 60 quid, but then it just literally turns it into an Oculus GO.
Right.
Like the Oculus GO was the 3-DOF, there was no backwards and forwards and any of that log. So yeah, it's interesting for about 10 minutes. You must have tried everything at this point, right?
I've not tried Pimax Crystal yet.
You've not tried the Crystal yet?
No, but I've been invited to Reckner VR's house on Saturday to try one.
Okay.
So that should be interesting.
I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on that then, because most of my experience with Pimax has been lots of people complaining about the build quality or lack thereof.
Some feel a bit like they're made of plastic, quality-wise. They are quite bulky, aren't they?
They do look rather wide, yes. I'm hoping to try one at the end of the month at the VR Realms.
Paul's house.
Yeah.
I didn't like the 5K. I like the 8K, but I think back then I had an RTX 2070, so I had to lower some settings, but
sure, yeah.
now I've got a 3080. I've been hearing some good reports about the Crystal. I know, for example, Fluke Rogie, Daisnetic, Lee, and Gary all want one now. Well, Gary's got one anyway, but I think it's a loan unit.
So is the Crystal the...
It's not quite got the FOV of the 5K or the 8K. I think it's because Gary was saying it's got less FOV than the Index, but it looks massive on his head.
The unique selling point of Pimax was the ultra wide FOV.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't have that, the unique selling point of it?
I don't know. It's still wide. It still looks bulky on the head.
Interesting.
But I'm looking forward to try it.
Yeah, I want to get my head in every possible headset I can. I really do. Whether it means I have to buy one or borrow one or, you know, bum one off a mate. Like, I want to try everything.
Where we've been today, they had what did they have?
They had 4 Vive Focus 3s strapped to a wall in a room.
Are they available to the public or?
Well, above the door it said the esports arena.
Right.
I don't know whether they used to play a lot of Echo in there or something like that, because I imagine Echo is free on the...
Yeah.
Wait, no. Echo's not going to be on the Focus. It is an Oculus title.
Echo Arena.
Yeah. I guess we could have asked. I'm hopefully going to get a few more folks together. I really want to try the Far Cry at Zero Latency.
Yeah, we want to do the Far Cry experience there.
I think if we can pack a car full at least.
And today we did, what was the game called? Soul
Raiders Heist.
Soul Raiders Heist. Basically, we've been in an esports type event, and we actually came second, which wasn't too bad. To say we've never played the game before.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it was like best of 3 games over different scenarios, capture and hold, that type of game. I found it really hot there, weren't it?
Oh, very sweaty. Yeah, I read on I think it was on the website, they said you move roughly an average of around 1 kilometre per game.
Dear.
So that would explain the pit stains.
Good workout.
Yeah, definitely.
The packs and guns, everything's quite heavy once you've got the whole kit on. I'm probably going to show you some footage in the background anyway of us playing, because we had the staff running around with the cameras.
Yes.
Sadly, they could not record any footage of us playing the game because they didn't have the decent PCs. So the lady was telling me that all the other places have got the best PCs. They've only got a basic PC which couldn't handle the...
I was going to say, it handled the game perfectly fine.
Yeah, but that's all. Well, we had no problems, did we? We had
no issues at all.
Free pizza as well, which was a bonus.
Well, they knew Paradise Decay was coming, so they put on a spread. Yes, so I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on the Crystal, but I'm curious to know what makes it. So the Index was the gold standard for VR.
Yeah.
About 5 years ago. It's dated.
It is. Yeah.
Valve need to do a refresh or a redesign, do some, but I don't think they're not as invested in the industry as the other, people that are dedicated, the Metas, your HTCs.
Yeah, according to Sally Bradley, though, the new one's comes. He's been dropping little hints about the new one, hasn't he?
But hasn't he been saying that for about 3 years?
You know what Valve's like, it'll be out when it's ready.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, that's the good thing, is that it will be out when it is ready. They're not going to, make a thing, half bake it, and then release it with a £1,500 price tag. They are going to do it right.
See, the Index, I've only tried it twice at 2 trade shows, and that's it. I've been on the fence about getting one, but I've asked Bradley, he said, no, don't bother getting one yet, you might as well wait.
Yeah, there's so many things about the Index. I mean, number one is that, like I say, it's a fine headset, but it's showing its age. This is where Bigscreen comes in.
Yeah.
because I think that's what the Bigscreen $1,000 headset, that is going to be perfect for people that have got functional controllers, functional base stations, and they want a refresh of the index. The Bigscreen headset sounds like that's exactly what it's going to be. That, I think, is definitely sort of where that market lies. The people that want a new index.
How much are they? Do you know?
The Bigscreen, they're $1,000.
Are they? I've been reaching out to the people who make it, but I've not had no replies yet. Because I know that's like a custom headset. Yes. You have to send your face details in, don't you?
Yeah, they're not production at the minute, and all of the ones that I've seen, the 3D printing looks really rough and uncomfortable, like it's just going to stab you in the face. I mean, everybody's raving about them, so apparently it's not, but it just kind of looks that way to me.
Lots of people raving about the small form factor.
Yes.
Are you interested in getting one?
So this is the thing. No, not really. Don't get me wrong, I would love to have one, but I would rather buy anything else, really. My problem with the Index isn't the headset. I actually have problems with the controllers.
The Index controllers?
Yes.
Did they drift or something?
It's not that. Like, mechanically, they are fine. It's just that I have quite warm, sweaty hands, and the gripping of the Index controllers, I can't let go of things. I open my hands to let go of stuff,
and they stick to your hand,
and it still acts as if I'm holding it. So it's times like that when I'm playing those games that I really miss just physical buttons.
Yeah.
I would quite happily keep using the Index headset. The audio, the microphone are fantastic. The visuals are not terrible, but the controllers for me, they're ultimately very frustrating. They're a massive frustration point for me.
Overall, which is your favourite headset at the moment then?
It's difficult to answer. See, on one hand, I love the visuals of the Index.
Yeah.
And the audio and the microphone, but the controllers annoy me. The Quest is very frustrating software-wise, but when it's not connected to a PC, it's got a massive library of so many standalone games, it's hard not to love the Quest. And then there's the Pico, which to me, if I'm playing PC VR games,
yeah,
I want to use the Pico. But the library is like 3 years behind Meta. Meta have got a massive library behind them because they've been doing it longer. The Pico library is rapidly growing, and I love to see it, but it's not there enough. If somebody said to me I was going to get a headset that's going to be standalone and PC, I would have a problem recommending the Pico, purely because the standalone library is just not as expansive. So, yeah, gun to the head, if somebody says, right, you're going to play PC VR on a headset, which one? I'm going to choose the Pico.
Right.
But when it comes to standalone, I would have to say buy a Quest. Well, I'd say wait for a Quest 3, but the Quest is the way forward for standalone.
See, for me, the PlayStation VR 2 probably the favourite headset at the moment, but convenient-wise, it's the Quest Pro for recording, really. And then if I'm on PC, I'm still using the Rift S. Well,
like I was saying last time, the PSVR 2, the biggest pain point for that one for me is the comfort.
Still hurting your nose?
When I finish, I've got 2 red marks on my forehead.
Have you not looked into some like VR covers doing a replacement thing?
I'll maybe one day. I don't know. I could potentially get the Kiwi head top strap and use that to take some of the weight off of the forehead. But the problem with the PSVR is that the sweet spot is incredibly small. So you end up burying it into your head to find that sweet spot. Visually, it is the best.
Yeah.
I love it. Red Matter 2, I'm glad I waited for PSVR 2.
They've done the haptics really well on that game as well.
They have. And aside from the whole haptics, the visual fidelity of the PSVR 2, I cannot reproduce that on my PC.
I just want to thank Book as well for inviting us today.
He is such a sweetheart. He is a social butterfly, and will, if he gets a chance to spend time. He drove 2 hours to get here today.
Yeah, he did.
For what I could only describe as, 2 hours worth of gaming?
And we had a bit of an incident as well.
Yeah, that was that was interesting.
And we had a little girl walk in off the street, and she went straight to the slushy machine, and there was no staff there, was there?
No, the staff were busy setting up a game. We were just sat in the lobby, and I'm like, a random girl just walked in and went behind the counter, and I think she's mainlining slush from the tap.
Yeah.
Maybe she is the daughter of somebody who works here or something.
You went to fetch the staff, and they didn't know who she was, did they?
No.
She only about 7 or 8, I'd say.
I really don't know.
We even went to look outside. We couldn't see no parents or nothing. So the staff ended up phoning the police. They'd had a couple of phone calls because somebody had seen her running around in the street, in the road, apparently.
It's a main road.
Yeah, it's a main road. It's on a main road. So, and these roads are really busy. Police came and took her to her mum, really. So all ended well. That was bizarre, wasn't it?
It was so odd, yeah. Did they expect to be babysitting a random child this evening?
No.
Well, not anybody that's not Buck, anyway.
Are you calling Buck a child?
He is a huge man-child. I'm proud of it. I've called him a lot worse.
So, what's the next big event for you?
So I'm thinking WASD.
When's that? When's WASD?
July? September? I don't know.
Is it in London again?
Yes.
So WASD in London around July time. EGX is what? Is that?
It might be September. EGX is October.
And again, that's London.
Yes.
See, I'd like to do Gamescom, but it's too expensive. I'd have to go on the train, pay for hotels and that sort of thing. It's just too expensive.
I would, yeah. I'd love to do. I may do Gamescom next year.
1 year I want to try Gamescom, so I might start saving now.
I'll probably try and shoehorn the wife into a holiday around it. So I'll be like, look, we'll go Gamescom.
Yeah.
Have a holiday before or after. Maybe I'll get her to fly home. I don't know. I've got a year to plan that anyway.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
So yeah, that's a dream, I suppose. Lovely sunset.
Nice sunset. And let me just show.
Don't look at it.
No, I'm just going to show people the sunset.
Bush.
There's a bush in the way.
That's what she said. We're going to turn a corner.
There we go. Look at that.
Ah, there we go. Lovely.
Nice UK sunset.
So I've had a lovely evening though.
Yes, thank you for picking me up again.
Oh, it's a pleasure. They say you provide a service that you entertain me.
What games are you looking forward to coming out next? There's some big games coming out.
Ooh.
Oh, have you played Synapse?
No.
You've not played Synapse yet?
No. Because I'm a streamer.
Yeah.
I like to go in without playing it.
Blind.
Yeah, I like to go in blind. So I can't play it until release, till July 4th. So I said, yeah, fine, I'll cover it. What date is July the 4th? What date is it today?
We're in July now, aren't we?
Is it July 1st?
No, it's 2nd or 3rd today, I think. I'm trying to think what's out. Anything big?
So I want the 7th guest in a big bad way.
Yeah.
That looks totally down my...
On the PlayStation VR 2?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
May was just the month of insane announcements. Just so many announcements. Can't wait for Arizona Sunshine 2.
Yep.
Me and Buck had such a laugh playing that game.
Original game co-op?
Yes, yeah. We played the original game co-op. We had so much fun that they did like an anniversary video, and they put me and Buck in the video because
did they?
Yeah, we were dicking around so much. It was a great time.
Awesome.
So yeah, Arizona Sunshine 2, definitely down for that one. What do you think about the Demio battles? Is it Demio duels?
I've not played them, to be honest. I'm just not had the time.
I like the idea of a two-sided game of Demio. However, I think what I want is a DM and 4 gamers. And I think what we're going to get is 2v2 race to the objective.
Is this not out yet then?
No.
So it's something new?
This is the Demio multiplayer that they announced at the showcase. So I don't know how I feel about that. I'll have to see how it plays. I'll probably buy it because it's Demio. But yes, I don't know. I'm withholding judgment.
I've actually set up the PlayStation VR 1 and my PlayStation 4 again, because I got the latest Avatar film in 3D, and you can't watch it on PlayStation VR 2 and PlayStation 5 because it doesn't work. It only plays 4K. So I'm planning to try and finish some of the PlayStation VR 1 games I never finished. I've still never finished Call of the Mountain.
Yeah, Call of the Mountain is on my to-do list. The thing is that since playing Red Matter 2, I found it really hard to go back to it.
Right.
It's a lot. All of the people that were complaining about Call of the Mountain, I was like, this game's fantastic. What are you on about? I can see it now. I see the jaggy, slow motion, blurry judderiness and the fuzzy and yeah, I see it.
They've patched it as well, haven't they, as well?
Not well enough.
It's still got ray projection when you turn around.
Yeah, it's all horrible.
It's the first game I use snap turning now when I'm playing it. Because I don't like the smooth turning, it makes me...
Yeah, that's pretty damning. So, I will play it just because it's fairly pretty.
I want to finish Hubris as well.
So that's it. I need to do Red Matter. I need to buy and play Hubris. I have so many different plates in the air. It's stupid. I started playing Wanderer, and then I saw that's the one, the remaster of Wanderer on PSVR 2. Looks stunning.
I was going to say, I thought you said you played it. I've only played off the game on PC, so that's
what I'm saying. I played the game on the PC, and I got. I assume pretty far. I don't think I'm too far away from finishing it. But now I'm thinking, do I just wait and play the PSVR version? But it's coming in 2024, which I think is long enough for me to forget it.
We're having a donut break, aren't we?
Hell yeah!
Doc's always said he wants to stop in our local Tim Hortons for donuts, but by the time he drops me off, he's gone past it. And it's out of his way when he goes home. So today we're going to call in, get some donuts for the family.
Yeah, Kevin Smith. Even with Kevin Smith, he talked about Tim Hortons when he went to Canada, and I was like, oh, I want to try these. And then turns out I don't have to go to Canada. They actually have them in the UK. So every time I come and see PD, I see this Tim Hortons, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy Tim Hortons, and then I drop him off at 11 o'clock at night after a 15-hour day. Yeah. I'm like, I am not going back to Tim Hortons.
We're going to end the podcast anyway, so thanks again for taking me down, and hope you enjoyed the podcast.
Thanks for joining us, and thank you everybody for listening. We will do this every time we get together.
Yeah, it's like a spur-of-the-moment thing that we do.
Stay tuned for my quick review of Tim Hortons donuts. All right, well, I've been the Doctor, and the Doctor is out.
I'll see you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.
It's funny, as I was walking from the train station, I bumped into Paradise Decay, who obviously mods our streams regularly and is a huge part of the community. And Dr Oculus, they were kind of lost walking around, and I went up to approach him, and Paradise Decay thought I was going to mug him or something. But I actually just went and just gave him a big hug. So all right, let's go, boys. Let's make the magic happen.
So you've tried to salvage it?
Nathan, if you want, I can hide your nameplate.
Why?
Then people can't see how bad you are.
That's right.
Hello.
Someone called a fire brigade. Nathan's on fire. He just got roasted by me.
Might want to break there, Mike.
Why is PD going the wrong way around the track?
Shits and giggles.
That's awesome.
His eyes are sorted now.
Yeah, I gotta say, his eyes have been fixed. He should be alright now. His eyes have been fixed.
Oh yeah, you're in. Okay.
Okay.
Whoa, there he is.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, off track.
PD, I was dead. You were running around for me like, Steve, where are you?
That's why it was perfect. He didn't even know he could kill people.
Hey, we're not friends anymore, PD. It's over, man. It's over.
PD's sitting there playing the fool. He's like, how do I get rid of the map? What's going on?
Yeah, he totally was doing that. I was totally thrown
What a
off by
blissful
that.
life to be looking for Steve.